which I want to talk about real quick, is the impact of eSingularity on higher education. And this is trickier. And right now, higher education is bloated. That's a fact. It's bloated with professors. There's too many on the market. There's, I can't get jobs with the recent cuts in the economy. I mean, and in reality, the future of professors, for one thing, will not be tied to a specific university. They may be housed at a specific university, but they will be a lot more flexible to move about. And I think what you're going to find is that for some professors, there'll be a great opportunity to, in a way, to become superstars. And there's a couple out there already. I mean, there's a physicist whose lectures are on the top of the YouTube iTunes list, top 4, and I can't think of his name, from MIT. And he's a good example of a superstar educator. And in all his lectures, he has put all his lectures online, and people vehemently and avidly watch them because they can basically learn physics from watching them. And what you're going to find is that as open education resources, lectures and so on, become available, as we mash 70 years of global television, pull out the objective-based learning components, the reality is we're not going to need all the educators. And just as we don't have all the auto workers we have today, you're going to see a significant change in global education, and that's just the reality. I mean, think about it. Once you have let's say physics from K through 12, all the content material presented in multiple different ways from, let's say, 10,000 educators. There's for every component that you learn from the physics tree of learning, there's 10,000 unique, objective video clips of the very objective that you want to learn. 10,000. Do we need 20,000? The reality is no. So what's going to happen with flat global education, so much open education resources are going to become online that you're not going to need professors, and there's going to be a legacy for professors where even though after they're dead, they're still going to be teaching the course, and maybe you'll have an assistant there, basically just in a way kind of like the high school, really there to do research and everything else, but really his day-to-day job is to basically be there to facilitate the learning of students going through it. But the person that the students will listen to is an Ed Witten, or so to speak. So Ed Witten lectures will be the ones that people. Now, at some point, you're going to reach a level where it's theoretical, or where research is being done in graduate school, and at that point, there will be new content to learn or new content to explore, but I would argue that the talking heads, or the sage on the stage idea is going to be gone. For example, I have a meeting coming up tomorrow. I recorded 3 videos. I had to record 3 because I don't have the time on YouTube because I only 10 minutes. So I recorded 3, 7-minute presentations. One is the presentation. Another one is what are my next steps for what I'm doing with eSingularity, and the third one is just talking about partnering and how we're going to do that, and some of my thoughts, the only things I can think of. And I've made it private, put it on YouTube, and I'm just basically sharing it with those. Now, the understanding is this, is that, you know, I'm not going to get into, I really don't want to get into rehashing that topic when we meet. And the idea is they can listen, they can write their notes, you know, they can come up, you know, and they can come up with counters, and then at the meeting, we'll see how it goes. I want to spend the time proactively discussing, and that's going to be kind of the future. You know, I'm doing some research. I'm going to videotape it. I'm going to put it up there to my community. They're going to reply to it. They're going to, you know, respond to it. So I guess what I'm saying is, yeah, there's going to be a huge deflation of professors globally. I think at some point, you know, you'll have basically icons of physics or whatever, math or science, you know, the Druckners of business economics, really being the ones that are recorded. And it's funny because I don't know if I went to a retreat called Vipassana meditation, and in Vipassana meditation it has the guy talking you through, educating you on the experience. So here's something, and this has been going on. This Vipassana meditation has been going on for God knows how long, 50 years, 30 years. And for 30 years, the guy's been, or however long that VCRs has been recording the message, and people have been following. Why I'm saying that is it's the same thing. You know, one of the benefits from getting it from many different people is to get many POVs, points of views, and you can spend the time in class really debating, discussing those POVs, and it's through that synthesis, that play, that we actually learn. You know, sitting in a lecture and just listening to a talking head for an hour, go on and on and on, and you're sitting there writing notes. I mean, you know, where's the learning in that? So, in summation, in conclusion, what I'm saying is, yeah, higher education is going to be hit hard. There's going to be a lot of change. The certification industry, I didn't even talk about, is be gone, because, you know, you'll be able to get any certification you want for free. And there's going to be some hardships, but in the long run, it's going to be a much better world, or a much better process. So those are my 3 videos on lower or higher, and I guess I could talk about what's going on with corporate and other things. There's going to be a significant change on human resources, hiring, training. I mean, that's going to be another huge area that's going to change. So that's it. I'm going to bed.